guys. So today we're going to be doing some movements for upper body and core. We're going to be doing 4 in total. Should be about 10 minutes. We're going to start by coming down to the floor, making sure we've got some support under the head if we need it in the form of a cushion or two. I'm also going to be using some tins today for some of the movements. So you don't feel like you have to use any additional equipment here. You can just use your own body weight. It's fine, and that's where we'd recommend starting with anyway. For those of you who do want to use some resistance, again, starting nice and light, tins are a great place to begin with before we can transition to using maybe some light hand weights later down the road. Okay, so we're going to start with one for arms, shoulders, and chest. We want to have the legs bent so the lower back is happy and in contact with the floor. And I am going to use my tins for this one, but like I say, you can just make a fist if you prefer. We're going to start by taking those hands or those weights up in line with the chest. We want a little bend in the elbow here, and we're going to do 2 movements in one. We're going to go out wide with those hands, keeping the bend in the elbow. We're breathing in here, breathing it out as we come back to center. We're going to turn the hands then, and then bring those hands down to the chest as we breathe in, breathing out as we press up. Now, if you felt like that was enough for you and you want to rest those arms down now, you can. I'm going to go 2 more times. So I'm going to breathe it in again here, breathe it out as I come back to center, turning my hands, bringing them down nice and slow as I breathe in, down to the chest, breathe out as I press up. And do that 1 more time. So again, breathing in here, nice and slow, breathing out as I come back to center, turning my hands, breathing it in as I come down to the chest, breathing it out as I press up. Great, coming down nice and slowly with those hands. Placing my organic tomatoes to the side for now. And we're going to just allow the body to rest now. So allowing the legs to come down and placing the hands wherever feels most comfortable for you to rest those arms. So that could be on the abdomen, could be down by the sides of the body. Again, there's no right or wrong answer here. It's whatever feels more comfortable for you. So I'm working from the floor here today, but you could do this from bed. The next one we're going to do is going to be focusing a little bit more on core, but we're going to be using the arms again and the legs a little bit as well. So just taking a few moments, allowing the muscles to relax and rest. And then when we feel ready to, we're going to start the next movement. We're going to start by bending the legs. And similar to last time, we're going to have those hands up, again in line with the chest. Now I'm not going to use my tins this time, but if you feel like you want to, or you feel like you're at that stage where you're able to, then that's fine. Otherwise, again, just making a fist with both hands is fine. This one's called half bug. It's a great one for the core. And what we're going to do is just take the hands down to meet the knee. Okay, so let's do that now. I'm going to start by taking a deep breath in. As I breathe out, I'm bringing the hands down and one of my knees up to meet them. Breathing in as I come back to that starting position. And then breathing out again as I lift the other knee this time. Taking the hands down to meet it. I'm going to do that just 1 more time on each side. So again, breathing out if you can, as those limbs come together, breathing in as we come back to the start. Let's go once more, nice and gently, breathing it out here, breathing it in. Good. And once you're done, again, bringing those legs down to rest, allowing the hands to rest where it feels most comfortable. Good. So the next one we're going to do, again, is for upper body. This one is a great one for the back of the shoulders, the middle of the back. It does mean lying down on our front or prone. So we're going to just gently get into that position next. So I'm going to invite you just to gently roll over, firstly onto the side, maybe bending the legs, gently turning over, first onto the side, and then again, gently onto the front of your body. Again, making sure that you're comfortable in this position. If you need a pillow or cushion under the head, that's fine. For this one, I quite like to have just the mat, but again, finding the right and most comfortable position for you is important. So for the gentlest version of this one, all we're going to do is lift the head up, turn it, and then place it back down again. So I'm just going to demo that first. So all I'm doing is keeping my hands down, my feet down, lifting my head, turning at the top, and then placing it down. Nice and gently. We're lifting, turning, resting it down. You can make this one more intense, again, if you feel ready to try that, by lifting the hands up at the same time. So I'm going to lift my head and hands this time, all the way up, turning and gently coming down. Lifting, turning the head, coming down, nice and easy. That's going to work the back a little bit more and those shoulders. The most intense version of this one is lifting the hands and the legs at the same time as the head. So this is a lot more intense. It's going to work all the muscles in the back. Let's give it a try if we feel ready. Like I say, if you want to stick with the gentler versions of things, then that is fine. So I'm going to lift my hands, my head, and my legs this time. Turning my head again, gently coming down. Then one more time, lifting up, turning the head, gently down. So again, a lot more intense, that version. So if you feel that you're at a stage where you're taking it gently, then please stick with that first version. Good. Coming to rest when you're done. You don't have to rest on your front if that doesn't feel comfortable for you. Again, finding a resting position that works best for you. The last one we're going to do today is going to be on hands and knees. So again, that may be a position that you might be familiar with and comfortable with. If you're not, and you are just taking it gently, then again, you can just stay resting for now if you like. If you are coming up with me, we're going to start by placing the hands underneath the body, gently coming up, nice and slow. And we're going to be in a hands and knees position. Now this one works quite a few different muscles. It's a good one for the core as well as the back, but it's also going to be working the arms because we're holding ourselves in this position. It's called opposition balance. I'm going to start by taking my left hand and I'm going to reach it out in front of me as I extend my right leg out behind me. So it's important to keep the toes in contact with the floor here, especially if you're going gently. And we're going to do the same on the second side. Now, if you don't like reaching out in front, if that doesn't feel right for your shoulders, you can bring it down to the side of the body instead. We just hold that for a second and then come back to that starting position. I'm going to do that one more time on each side, just showing you a slightly harder version of this, where we take the left hand, we reach it out in front, and the leg comes up. So my right leg's extending out, and I'm lifting my feet up off the floor. That's going to feel a lot more intense in the back, in the glutes. And I'm going to do the same on that second side, reaching out with my right arm this time, left leg extends out. You don't want to lift it too high or you'll lose balance. So just out behind you, hold for a second, and then come back to that starting position. Once done, coming down nice and gently to the floor, and I'm going to roll onto my back and come to rest. Really important that after each movement, we allow some time for the body to settle, for it to relax, and for those muscles that we just worked to rest. Good, so closing the eyes, allowing the breath to slow and deepen. Allowing those muscles to relax. Good, I'm going to leave you in this nice relaxed position. And I hope to see you guys all next time. Bye for now.